You guys, I don't think any of us were actually ready for what just went down inside that office. We've seen drama at Forrester Creations before, but this was different. This wasn't just a business meeting that went off the rails. It was one of those moments that feels like a total earthquake for the show, and honestly for the characters we've been following for years. Think about how many times we've seen these people argue. We've seen the yelling, the boardroom takeovers, and the classic Logan versus Forrester feuds. But what just happened between Ridge and Steffy? That wasn't just a disagreement. It was a full-blown emotional explosion that crossed a line I don't think anyone ever expected them to cross. I mean, did you ever think you'd see the day when Ridge Forrester actually lost control like that? Let's really break this down because the air in that executive office was so heavy you could practically feel it through the screen. It's that feeling right before a storm breaks, where everything goes quiet and you just know something bad is coming. Outside, you've got the usual office chatter and the hum of the lights, but inside, it was like a pressure cooker. Ridge didn't just walk in there to chat. He came in with his jaw clenched and his eyes burning with this mix of confusion and pure rage. He wasn't looking for a "let's talk this out" session. He wanted answers and he wanted them right then. But then you look at Steffy. She's standing behind that desk, and on the surface she looks totally composed. But if you look at her eyes, you can see she's already buckled up for a fight. There's no second-guessing herself here. There's no hesitation. She fired Hope Logan and she's standing by it. Now think about why she did it. Steffy tells him that someone had to take control, and that Hope's actions were just getting too disruptive. And you know what? You can actually hear the conviction in her voice. She really believes she's doing what's best for the company. But is it really just about business? That's what I keep asking myself. The funny thing is, for Ridge, this isn't just about a job or a fashion line. For him, Hope represents this fragile bridge between the Forresters and the Logans. Two families that have spent decades trying to coexist without killing each other. When Steffy fires Hope, she's not just cutting an employee. In Ridge's eyes, she's burning down that bridge he's worked so hard to build. And you can hear it in his voice. It gets louder, more emotional. And you can hear the strain, like he's trying to hold on to a reality that's already slipping through his fingers. The room starts feeling smaller and tighter, and the tension is just building and building. Steffy isn't backing down an inch. Her tone gets sharper, more defensive. She's telling him that leadership is about making those hard calls. It's that classic clash of two massive egos, right? Neither one of them is willing to give even a tiny bit of ground. And then it just happens. It's so fast. A split second fueled entirely by raw emotion. Ridge raises his hand, and before anyone can even think, that sound echoes through the entire room. It's sharp. It's loud. And it is completely shocking. For a second it felt like time just froze. Even the noise from the hallway seemed to vanish, swallowed up by the weight of what Ridge just did. He slapped his own daughter. Can we just talk about Steffy's reaction for a second? She doesn't scream. She doesn't yell. She's just silent. Her eyes go wide, and her hand slowly goes up to her cheek. You can see the disbelief just washing over her. It's like her brain is physically struggling to process that her father actually hit her. This isn't just about the physical pain of a slap. This is about betrayal. It's the kind of hurt that goes way deeper than skin level. And look at Ridge. He looks just as stunned as she does. That anger he had a second ago? It's gone. It's replaced by this look of instant regret, and maybe even a little bit of fear. He tries to say something, tries to justify it, but the words just sound empty. You can tell he knows right then and there that this is something he can't ever take back. The silence in that room after the slap was almost unbearable. It was heavy and suffocating. You could almost hear Steffy trying to control her breathing, trying to steady herself while the world shifted under her feet. When she finally speaks, her voice is trembling, but not because she's weak. It's because of the sheer weight of what she's feeling in that moment. She asks him how he could do it, and honestly, that's the question we're all asking, isn't it? Outside that door, word starts to spread like a leak. You see people in the hallways whispering, faces looking shocked. Everyone can sense that something is very, very wrong. It doesn't take long before the whole family is getting pulled into the wreckage. Think about Brooke's reaction. She's immediate and so emotional. You can just picture her pacing around, her face tight with frustration. She's not just mad that Hope got fired. She's horrified that Ridge lost control like that. To her, This is a sign that everything is starting to unravel. And then you have Hope. She didn't see any of this coming. One minute she's just going about her day, and the next her career is gone and her family is in chaos. You can feel the weight of it pressing down on her. It makes her question everything she thought she had built at Forrester. And then there's Liam. Classic Liam, right? He's caught in the middle, running a hand through his hair, trying to find a way to fix it. But even he seems to realize that some things just can't be fixed with a talk. The emotional damage here is just massive. Steffy isn't just hurt. She's shaken to her core. Her confidence, her authority, her whole belief about where she fits in this family is now up for debate. You can feel something shifting inside her. She's getting colder. She's getting more guarded. And Ridge is left standing in an office that used to feel like a place of power. But now it just feels like a room full of regret. This moment changes everything. The power dynamics aren't stable anymore. Ridge's authority as a father and a leader is totally shaken. Steffy's trust is broken, and let's be real, that kind of damage doesn't heal with a simple apology. It creates distance and resentment that can lead to even bigger fights down the road. For the company, this is a nightmare. Leadership that's divided by this kind of personal violent conflict, that rarely ends well. If Steffy decides she needs to step back, or if she makes a really bold power move, it could flip the whole balance of power at Forrester Creations. But look at it from Hope's perspective. This could actually be the turning point she didn't know she needed. Being pushed out might be the push she needs to finally go off and do her own thing away from the Forresters. That would bring a whole new level of competition to the fashion world. The thing that really gets me isn't the yelling. It's the silence that comes after. Because sometimes that quiet after a betrayal says way more than an apology ever could. In that silence, you can literally feel the relationship slipping away. I really feel like Ridge didn't just lose his cool. He might have lost the version of himself that his daughter actually believed in. Trying to fix that image? That's going to be the hardest battle he's ever fought. And Steffy? This could change her in ways we haven't seen before. When you take someone that's strong and you hurt them like that, they often become something colder and much more dangerous. That's when the real power shifts start to happen. But here's the deeper question we have to ask ourselves. Was this really ever about Hope Logan? Or was Hope just the spark that finally set off all these old wounds that this family never actually healed? In my opinion, this feels like a total turning point. It's not just a dramatic twist for the week. It's the start of a slow, emotional separation that could divide the Forresters and the Logans for a really long time. Maybe even permanently. If that's true, then every decision from here on out isn't going to be about fixing things. It's going to be about choosing sides. And that is where things get really painful. Looking ahead, I wouldn't be shocked at all if Steffy makes a move that no one sees coming. Something big that forces everyone to realize just how serious this break is. At the same time, maybe Hope finally stops waiting for the Forresters to accept her, and starts her own path far away from all this chaos. So, I've got to ask you guys, do you think a father can ever truly earn back that respect after crossing a line this personal? Or is this the moment where everything they've built just changes forever? And what would you do if you were in Steffy's shoes? Would you find a way to forgive him and move forward for the sake of the family? Or would you just walk away and never look back? Something tells me the next move in this story isn't just going to shock us. It might actually redefine everything we thought we knew about this family. Honestly, I don't think any of us are truly ready for what's coming next. If you're as blown away by this as I am, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the fallout. We're going to be covering every single update on this Ridge and Steffy situation. Give the video a like if you think Ridge went way too far, and definitely drop a comment below with your theories. Is the Forrester legacy officially over, or can they find a way back from this? Thanks for hanging out and diving into the drama with me. I'll see you in the next one. Brooke's relationship with Ridge is headed for some seriously dark territory because this slap wasn't just a moment of lost temper. It was a total breakdown of the man she thought she knew. Her reaction was immediate and incredibly emotional, and honestly, can you blame her? She isn't just pacing her floor because Hope lost her job. She's in a state of pure disbelief because she's watching her entire world start to unravel. For Brooke, this is a terrifying sign that the peace they've been trying to keep between the Logans and the Forresters was actually just a house of cards. Think about it from her perspective. She has always seen Ridge as this fragile bridge between their two families. But now that bridge hasn't just cracked. It's been completely demolished by a single physical act. This creates a deeply personal fracture that is going to pull Brooke into the middle of a conflict where there is no easy way out. How does she look at Ridge the same way when he's shown he's capable of that kind of violence against his own flesh and blood? The funny thing is, Brooke probably feels a weird mix of guilt and horror right now. She obviously wanted Ridge to stand up for Hope and fight the firing, but she definitely didn't want it to end with him crossing a line no one ever expected. In her eyes, Ridge didn't just lose control of his hand. He might have lost the version of himself that she, and the rest of the family, actually believed in. I really feel like this moment is the beginning of a slow emotional separation for them. It's going to be hard for Brooke to feel safe in their relationship when she realizes that Ridge's internal storm is this volatile. From here on out, their relationship won't be about just moving forward. It's going to be about choosing sides in a war that just got way too real. If Brooke chooses to stand entirely by Hope, and Ridge is left dealing with the regret and instability of what he did to Steffy, they might find themselves on opposite sides of a canyon that's too wide to cross. This isn't just a bump in the road for Brooke and Ridge. It's a redefinition of everything they thought they knew. However, drawing from the emotional damage and family fallout described in the transcript and our conversation history, we can analyze how she would likely respond to this seismic shift in the family dynamic. Because this incident is described as a deeply personal fracture within the family that has left Steffy shaken to her core, Taylor's reaction would likely be centered on the following: total betrayal. The source emphasizes that the slap was a betrayal that cuts deeper than anything physical ever could. As Steffy's mother, Taylor would likely be horrified that Ridge, the man who is supposed to protect Steffy, is the one who caused this trauma. The Logan conflict. The source suggests the argument was triggered because Ridge saw Hope as a fragile bridge between the two families. Taylor would likely view Ridge's violent defense of a Logan over his own daughter as the ultimate proof that his priorities are dangerously skewed at a cold and dangerous shift. The sources predict that Steffy will become something colder and more guarded after this. Taylor would likely be the first to notice this psychological change in her daughter and might encourage Steffy to distance herself from Ridge to protect her own well-being, the end of the patriarch. Since Ridge's authority is now shaken, not just as a father but as a leader, Taylor might join the chorus of voices like Brooke, who already sees things unraveling, in questioning whether Ridge is fit to lead the family or the company anymore. In our previous discussion, we noted that everyone will eventually have to choose a side. Given that the source describes the silence following the slap as the beginning of a slow emotional separation, Taylor would almost certainly align herself with Steffy, potentially ending any hope of a peaceful co-parenting relationship with Ridge for the foreseeable future. When you really look at the fallout of that slap, it's clear we're not just talking about a bad day at the office anymore. This is the kind of moment that changes the very DNA of a family forever. The air inside Forrester Creations used to feel like power and creativity, but now it's just heavy with the suffocating weight of what happened behind those closed doors. Ridge didn't just strike his daughter. He struck the very foundation of his own legacy, and that's a bell you can't unring. Think about what this does to Steffy's psyche moving forward. She's always been the one to hold the line, the one who stood up for the Forrester name when she felt no one else would. But being met with physical violence from her own father? That is a betrayal that cuts deeper than any professional loss ever could. In the sources, we see her standing there in total stunned silence, and honestly, that silence is the most terrifying part of the whole scene. It's the sound of a daughter realizing her protector has officially become her assailant. It's the sound of trust evaporating in real time, leaving behind something much colder. And what about the business itself? Forrester Creations thrives on its image of elegance and prestige. But how can you maintain that image when the executive suite has turned into a literal battleground? If Steffy decides to step back, or even worse, if she decides to use this incident as leverage to force Ridge out, the power dynamics will never be stable again. We might be looking at a future where the company isn't just divided. It's completely dismantled from the inside out. The Logans are caught in the blast zone too. Brooke sees the writing on the wall. She knows this is a sign that everything they've built is finally unraveling. She's watching the man she loves spiral into a version of himself that she might not even recognize anymore. And Hope? She was the spark that set off this whole explosion, but this might be her ultimate exit ramp. This could be the moment she finally stops trying to earn a seat at a table that only brings her chaos. Even Liam is left wandering the hallways, trying to find a way to fix a situation that is clearly beyond repair. This is the beginning of a slow, painful, and likely permanent separation. There is no fixing this with a quick apology or a family meeting. From here on out, every single person in that building is going to have to choose a side. Are you with the father who lost control or the daughter who was betrayed? The lines are being drawn in the sand, and the consequences are going to be felt for generations. I honestly don't think anyone, not the Forresters, not the Logans, and definitely not us, is ready for the wreckage that's coming next. The dressmaker didn't just lose his temper. He might have lost his family for good. So, I have to ask you, can Ridge ever really come back from this? Or has he officially created a version of Steffy that is colder and more dangerous than we've ever seen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.